Hey everyone, Tikash here. Welcome back to my channel where it's all horror all the time. And it's time for the very last mission, case, whatever you want to call it, in the sinkingest of cities. I've got about 2 hours before I've got somewhere to be. So let's hope that's enough to put an end to this thing. So, if I remember correctly, we're supposed to be hunting down 3 monoliths with so-called cave fingers, whatever those may be. Final step. Yeah, I seem to remember reading that out loud just last night. So first and foremost, it's off to the Devil's Reef Hotel. And that's all we can craft for now, really. Shell casings, let's see what else I managed to make room for just now. I'm pretty sure that's all the containers on this floor. Yeah, you know what? That's hardly worth a quick travel trip. So one thing that I'm really curious about is, I know there's multiple endings, and I'm curious to see if that's like a culmination of choices that you've made before, or if there's still some way to steer things toward a preferred outcome. Now, knowing Lovecraft, I don't think any of these endings are going to be particularly preferable, but I'm sure you understand what I'm getting at. Ooh, cutscene time. Damn, what's she doing here already? not sure what just happened. I don't think she succeeded in making us swallow the coin.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers.
The prophecy, with my notes, since dark aeons before the age of man, Cathigonar lies beneath the ground. In that eldritch prison rests the dreamer's hidden daughter, bound to never leave. But there are those who would free the daughter if the dreamer's seed would only pass to her. Each turn of the cycle, those carrying the seed are drawn to Cathigonar, driven by hideous visions. The seal of Cathigonar will open the way. Many will try and perish. When the stars are right and the dreamer stirs in his house, one will succeed. The daughter shall be freed, and from her swollen womb the dreamer shall spawn once more. Is this my fate? Will the one who succeeds die? Yeah, that is
Again, they say.
not the coin from earlier.
No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Ah, yeah, there's the wardrobe with the optional outfits. Actually, you know what? I like to think I've completed every side quest there is. But if that's the case, then why are there still two costumes, I should say, left to unlock? Let me go ahead and Google that real quick. Right, so I found a page dedicated to unlocking all costumes. Okay, so the Daywear outfit sadly cannot be unlocked through gameplay, but comes as part of the game's Investigator Pack DLC, which I do not own. I'm not very interested in making that a last-minute purchase because as much fun as I've had with it, it is a pretty damn long game, and yeah, I think we should really try and wrap this up by now. Cultist outfit is also locked behind a special DLC. So yeah, I guess that's our answer. Carpenter heir dead. Misfortune has struck the Carpenter household. Graham Carpenter, son of the Grant family's head Brutus, has been found dead in his room. Well, that's hardly a surprise. Doctors suggest that death was the result of food poisoning and have pointed the finger at bad fish as the cause. Carpenter Sr. cremated his son with all due honors and immediately returned to active participation in city life after a long vacation. I do not have time to mourn, he told a reporter. I have more important things to do. Well, I guess it's a bit more complicated than that. So I'm guessing all these notes trigger cutscenes that correspond to outcomes that we've affected earlier. Harriet Doe dead, which I'm like 99% sure we could not have prevented. I explicitly went for the option to get her out of the cave. But still, here we are. In sad news for many at Oakland University, beloved scientist Harriet Doe has passed away. The professor of archaeology was found washed up at Calm Shore Marina by a passerby. The Oakland Chronicle would like to express our sincere condolences to everyone who knew and loved Harriet Doe. Oakland will mourn the loss of a mind with few peers. So, how come I get to keep one note, but not the other? Or did that just go into the lore department? Which I really have not been paying any attention to so far. But now that I'm looking at this menu anyway, let's see what we can find out about the monoliths, which is what we're after right now. One by one, monoliths started to appear in Oakland after the flood. Robert Throckmorton funded research into these stone oddities, persisting even after several people got sick. Though the disease clearly seemed caused by the monolith's influence, the doctors have been helpless to assist. Canning Factory murder. The Blackwood Marsh Canning Factory was last night the site of some sad and unusual events. Neighbors reported shooting, screaming, and the sounds of a struggle coming from inside the factory. On arrival to the scene, police discovered the dead body of Abernode Blackwood, the final representative of the Blackwood Grant family. He had been severely wounded and was clearly the subject of a most violent attack. Though no trace of the criminal has been found, the case remains under investigation by the Oakland police. Oakland Chupacabra gone. The Oakland Chupacabra has ceased its attacks. This weird creature had spread terror throughout the city by leaving bloodless corpses in the streets. Thankfully, we have now had several nights with no sign of the blood-sucking monster. It's hard to know whether the residents of our city can once again feel at ease or whether the beast is just waiting for the right time to strike again. The Oakland Chronicle is yet to confidently conclude who or what this creature was: a wild beast, a wild animal, a vampire, or just a psychopathic. In any case, due caution is still advised. Politician executed. The murder of the famous mystic Johannes van der Berg has been solved. As unlikely as it may sound, the killer appears to be one of Oakland's most prominent political figures and top mayoral candidate, Milton Pierce. Once again, fuck that guy in particular. Neither money nor status could help Mr. Pierce escape the law, despite his protestations of innocence. Justice was served, and Mr. Pierce was executed by hanging yesterday. What will happen to the election race, and who else may decide to throw their hat in the ring? Only time will tell. Can't say I feel all that bad about that one. EOD is poisoning people. Recently, doctors have reported numerous cases of fatal food poisoning among those who received fish from the organization known as the EOD. What is the reason for these deaths, and what would the EOD stand to gain from them? These questions remain unanswered, but perhaps the famously charitable organization is not that charitable after all. In any case, we highly advise our readers to stay away from EOD members and to refuse any gifts from them, especially food. The cost of free fish might be your life. Which does sound like a pretty bad deal. Ah, and it looks like I tore off that first note after all. Last one, insanity spreading. In recent days, Oakmont has experienced odd outbreaks of sudden madness. They seem to be spreading throughout the city, seemingly at random, though witnesses report seeing university scientists at the location of the outbreaks. Dr. Philip Grant of St. Mary's Hospital believes it is all due to a peculiar kind of helminth infestation that apparently originated somewhere around the university. He advises citizens not to neglect their health and to visit the hospital for a highly effective anti-helminthic treatment at the first signs of disease. I'm fairly sure that that is all that can be done here. So, how do I track down these monoliths, then? I seem to remember Joe mentioning one of them being in the city center, but that's hardly specific enough.
I'm watching you, newcomer.
Yeah. Huh. So, where to now? I should take a moment to recuperate at the Devil's Reef Hotel, but... Huh. You know what? Maybe I did miss something after all. Because I just refuse to believe that that vague of a description is all that we're gonna get. Nope. Looks like I missed something in my own little makeshift office, after all.
Makes this place feel more like home. I miss Boston already.
Ah, god damn it. Yeah, I just picked up those notes earlier from here, and I guess this was hidden underneath. Right, so, putting everything together, the source of the spreading madness is the Dreamer's hidden daughter, locked in Cathiganar, an eldritch prison beneath Oakmont. Only the Seed can enter Cathiganar, and may open it or close it for one more cycle. The entrance to Cathiganar is the monolith in Central Advent. To open it, I must complete the seal by finding 3 stone cave fingers growing on 3 monoliths around the city. The first is on the central monolith. To find the other 2, I'll need to seek out the fire worshippers. Oh yeah, St. Michael's Church. That's right. And a new Mind Palace clue. Even. I am one of the Seeds and can thus enter Cathiganar. The prophecy doesn't explicitly say that the Seed will die after they enter Cathiganar, which is good news for us, I guess. There's a chance I may survive. Not very reassuring, but... Okay, so, Central Advent. Now the weird thing is, I seem to remember coming across these monoliths once or twice, and there never seemed to be a way to get particularly close to any of them. Ah, there we are.
I can smell the gasoline even from here. Why would anyone need so much?
Take a wild guess, guy. Cleanse yourselves. The time has come, brothers and sisters. We must cleanse ourselves before we face the new world. We shall leave behind all our sorrows and passions and meet our new lives pure. Join the cleansing at St. Michael's Church of the Burning Bush. See, now here, I was thinking that this was St. Michael's Church.
The lid's not closed tightly, and there's still some gas in the can. Seems like it was opened recently.
Those who are pure shall rest by his feet, and their souls will rejoice, and they will sing forever among the angels.
Warning note, brothers and sisters, please be careful. The end of the cycle is nigh, and wild beasts have begun to inadvertently emerge in some of our premises. If you are visiting the synthetic room, please exercise extreme caution and be sure to bear arms. Well, thanks for the heads up. With that in mind, let's see what else. Ooh.
You scared me. Who are you? Are you late for the cleansing too?
Yeah, my name's Charles Reed. And you are?
Meryl. But just call me sister. We're all family after all, right?
What happened here?
The cleansing. This cycle has come to its end, and the next is about to begin. So we must purify ourselves in the fire.
Wait, you mean they did it to themselves?
With joy, brother. Joy. We have waited long for this moment, but soon the cycle will begin anew, and we will be reborn in the new world. Cleansed. You can leave all this behind, brother. A fresh start. Join us.
But how do you know? What if it's just suicide?
If the cycle doesn't restart, then we are truly blessed. For we'll avoid the great calamity. Angels showed us those horrors in our dreams. If we are not reborn in the new cycle, then the seed has succeeded, and the daughter is free, and that is no world worth living in.
Okay, a bit of a non sequitur here, but
You're a fire worshiper, yeah? Do you know which of the monoliths opens the way beneath the city?
Why do you ask?
I'm trying to stop all this madness from spreading.
A noble intention. We saw the stones you seek in our dreams. Father Nicholas knew how to find them, but I'm sorry. He hid his notes downstairs so only the seed can find them. People like you and me won't have much luck.
ha, little does she know.
Are you planning to immolate yourself?
It is the cleansing, yes.
You might want to think about it. You'll scream and scream in pain as the fire burns your flesh. It would be a slow and awful way to die.
Well, yes. Oh, maybe I should reconsider.
Maybe you should indeed. You know, at the very least, wait for the prophecy to come true. Or not. And maybe then think about it. The Book of Holy Flame. The Lord has established his throne in heaven among the tongues of flame and fiery pits. Those who are pure shall rest by his feet, and their souls will rejoice, and they will sing forever among the angels. The sinners contrariwise shall go to hell, the hame of devils sunken below with its cold streets of silver cobblestones, where they'll rest in eternal suffering until the end of time. A key, old and shiny, which no doubt leads to the basement. Father Nicholas wrote instructions on how to find the other two monoliths, which I need to open the entrance to Cathigonar. He hid the instructions downstairs, so only the seed can find them. The key to the lower rooms is on the altar. There's an event that restarts the cycle. The cycle will repeat until one day the seed frees the hidden daughter. So, either restart the cycle and save mankind. If I restart the cycle, Oakman will be destroyed, but mankind will be spared for another few centuries. And the other option would be restarting the cycle is useless. There's no sense in postponing to the inevitable. One day someone will end the cycle and mankind will be destroyed. Yeah, thing is, I'm not particularly looking forward to being that guy. Can I maybe put these two together? Nah, not really. Okay, so I'm thinking a manual save is in order. First aid kit right outside might very well come in handy. Because this is no doubt going to get wild.
Lucid dreaming, dream wandering. Someone's been studying hard.
Right, well, let's hope that was all of them for now.
Sleeping draft. A strong one.
Nope, let's not do that just yet. Priest's records. At last, the dreams of my brothers and sisters have started to become clear. The cycle has come to its end. Time to perform the cleansing so our souls can retain their memory, their purpose. I put together all the signs from our dreams and hid them so only the Seed can find them. They'll help him find what he seeks. Seed, if you are reading this, I hope you'll restart the cycle so that we may meet in the next one. Dream Diary. The human blood is to find treasures of the ones who are not human anymore. The first stone will drop the shadow on his dwelling. 3 lives take their start among the iron horses in the shadow of the second stone. The waters will wash away the first blood they spill. Well, that's not cryptic at all. Iron horses in the shadow of the second stone. Maybe that's a statue of some kind we should be looking out for later on. Let's go back for that first aid kit before I waste any items on crafting another one.
This must be part of the seal. Looks like this was left for me.
Here we go then. Father Nicholas's instruction. The first monolith, by its mere presence, shall transform a man from ordinary to renowned. Once the water rises, he will divine inhuman treasures never before seen, drawing crowds and acclaim to his humble abode. Many shall praise him, transcribe his words, and share his face on paper. Seek the monolith, for it hides what the sea desires under the azure cloak. The second monolith, portentous and proud, shall be delivered unto Oakmont with disciples 3, each identical to the last. They shall enter this world at an uncertain hour, as the first young citizens of Oakmont after the waters rise. Seek the monolith, for it holds that which the sea desires. Can't say that's exactly a big help, location-wise. I found one K finger on a monolith and added it to the seal. I need to find 2 more. The first monolith. Oop, hang on, wrong button. Once the water rises. Man. The instructions from the fire worshippers say that one of the monoliths has what I seek beneath the azure cloak. What else do you know? Okay, so now she gets to find out that I am, in fact, the seed.
In my weak will, brothers and sisters, I could not follow you.
Don't feel too bad about not setting yourself on fire, maybe. I'm sure you'll get over it. So, the other monolith. What to do? Once the water rises. Huh. Well, damn. Now what? First of all, I remember at least 2 distinct churches, so let's try and make sure that this is actually the
Pretty drastic way to get rid of the past.
the St. Michael's one. Yeah. So it's not the Redemption Church. Yeah. So where does that leave us? I'm gonna go ahead and say it's walkthrough time. Once again. Because this is just really nothing to go by. Now wait, hang on. Let's not go there just yet. Because I may have collected the key evidence, but not all evidence. Which is a bit misleading if you ask me. Because if it was key evidence, I'd know where to go next. Right? So let's go ahead and try and give this place another thorough look over. Nothing more to be learned from here, really. Ah, this is new. Shopping lists, even. Cans of gasoline, at least 5. Kindling, make sure it's dry. Large box of matches, 1 should be enough. Try to get everyone to the church before dawn. Right, so that's all evidence collected, but still nothing about monolith locations. Let's have another look at that walkthrough then. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Didn't read all of it, but the long and short of it is that we need to head to the Oakman Chronicle. I was starting to think an archive of some kind may be involved. Okay, first part of the instructions. Once the water rises, so that would be after the flood. That is still vague as all hell. Many shall praise him, transcribe his words, and share his face on paper, so... Celebrities maybe, I'm guessing, and then... The Azure Cloak... That's gotta be... something by the seaside, right? Now, a lot of these places are... surrounded by water, or adjacent to the shoreline, I should say, maybe. Alright, just another peek. Turns out what we want is articles and interviews, which really does not make any sense to me, but here we are. Incredible discoveries. A small strand line at the eastern end of Old Colony Street is now the talk of Oakmont. Jimmy Price, a fisherman living in the boondocks on the border of Coverside and Grimhaven Bay, has become famous overnight for his remarkable findings. Not a week passes without him emerging from the sea with another piece of gold, jewelry, or ancient treasure. Antiquities expert Diane Miles is baffled. "These trinkets are unlike anything I've ever seen," said Miss Miles. "The only thing I can tell you for certain is it's pretty darn old." Right, so the first monolith, yeah, I was thinking about it from a wrong angle, I guess you could say. First monolith by its mere presence shall transform a man from ordinary to renowned. Right, so it's the border of Coverside and Grimhaven Bay. Still not very specific, but I guess I can work with that. Now I'm just a little concerned about what to do with the second part of the instructions. Disciples 3, each identical to the last. An uncertain hour as the first young citizens of Oakmont after the waters rise. So I guess that would put it in the after the flood archive section, but disciples may be related to the church. You know what? First things first. Let's try and hunt down this second monolith living in the boondocks on the border of Coverside and Grimhaven Bay. Which, conveniently, is what Old Colony Street runs right through. So rather than fast travel, let's make it a boat ride.
Extra. All the news that's fit to print.
See what we can find out along the way. So that's a left and another left. Hey Emma, thanks for joining. Good to have you. Looks like you made it just in time for the very last case of the game. Can't promise it'll be the last section because I do have to be somewhere in a bit, but I'm hoping to round it up within the next hour or so. Right, so there's our monolith, except Are we still after the monolith, or the guy that just described in that newspaper clipping? Alright, missed up a little bit navigation-wise, but with all the ammo I've got on hand, I'm not all that worried. On second thought, maybe let's just try and make a run for it. So that's a left to the other boat. Got it. I wouldn't say still streaming. I just fired this up like maybe an hour ago, I want to say. And it's a goddamn barricade I cannot cross or climb over. Yeah, so that's messing with my plans a little bit. But no matter. We'll get there. So that's a left, left, left. Accidental shovel. I knew you'd be making an appearance at one time or another. That's a good portion of Old Colony Street I've missed out on already. But hey, it should be somewhere near the seaside anyway. I'm just choosing to traverse the entire street to be on the safe side of things. Make sure I don't miss out on anything. So that's a right and another right. Though, this all still doesn't really answer my question from earlier. I mean, we found all the notes back in the Devil's Reef Hotel, which is like a summary of highlights, I suppose, where you had to make certain moral choices that affect other people's destiny. But I'm still not sure to what extent that actually spells out which of the possible endings you're gonna get. Like, if it's all a matter of consequence, or do I still have some agency left? At the Strand. God damn, I'm dumb. It says so right in the clue, which I pinned to the screen nonetheless. At the Strand line on the eastern end of Colony Street. Comprehensive reading, kids. Don't skip on it. That's a bit on the smallish side to count as a monolith, no?
lives were lost in these waters. Still wet. Someone undressed in a hurry.
The last message. I've lost count of how many nights the Archie has been trapped in this storm. We're going around in circles. Drog rocks don't let us leave the snub city or turn back to come ashore. No food left. My sister and her husband are clearly mad with hunger. They say we must jump into the sea and cross it by foot underwater. They jumped. They all just jumped into the water. My whole family, with a sickly smile on their faces. Kay, help me. I'm taking the only diving suit. I will try to reach the shore. Pray for me. Damn, that's brutal.
No sign of a seal fragment on this side of the monolith. This isn't gonna be easy.
Yep. Start to sound a lot like there might be another diving excursion in the very near future, indeed. K-finger beneath the Azure cloak. Let's go ahead and try and match that with no sign of the K-finger. Most of it is underwater. Dive to complete the seal. The prophecy says that one monolith will hide what I seek under the Azure cloak. Sounds like I need to hunt for part of the seal underwater. That fisherman from the article found the gold underwater. He should have somewhere to dive from. Maybe I'll find some clues in his house. Quick bio break. Give me like 2 minutes and I'll be right back. Right, okay. Jimmy Price. I think the, City Hall Archives is gonna be our next stop. To try and find out where this guy lives. Unless these phantasmal squid thingies are kind enough to lead me to his place already.
No use. It's barricaded from the inside. No use. It's barricaded from the inside.
So you said, but there seems to be like a knife stuck in the door. So then, how am I supposed to get in here? Whoop. I guess climbing is out of the question. Especially since I can't even seem to be able to climb out of this damn water. Meanwhile, I've got these bloody eels nipping at my ankles. Ooh, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of damage. I can't even use the first aid kit in the water. So it really just keeps getting worse and worse. Oof. That was a stupidly close call. So what about this Archie vessel then? Nothing to identify it by. Yeah, it really does look like we're just gonna swim back there. After all. God damn it, eels. Knock it off. That's a lot of health packs for what I consider to be a slight misstep. Good news is we're very close to a knowledge point, which could help us negate a bit of that eel damage. So, the good news is no need to visit the City Hall archives anymore. The bad news is, how the hell am I supposed to access the place? Huh. Well, maybe like that, I guess.
The door won't budge.
Letter from a relative, Jimmy. None of us is gonna leave our homes and join this Dane adventure of yours. We're perfectly fine here at Oakman and have no need to look for a better place. Moreover, calling your skip Archie is drock of a Dane idea. On Lavinia. Newspaper article. Since the day Oakman was stricken by the flood, fishermen have complained that their prey seem to have vacated all the coastal waters. I have no clue where the drock all the fisk went, said Mr. B. Morgan, a fisherman from Salvation Harbor. We return empty-handed every single time, yet those toad fish come return with nets loaded up with fisk. This is witchcraft from their underwater kin, I'm telling you. The port is ringing with dissatisfaction at the unprecedented advantage that inmouthers have in the fish trade. To what can this success be attributed? The Oakman Chronicle will investigate. One thing's for sure, though. Something smells fisky. Ba-dum. That can't be right.
The door won't budge.
No lock to shoot either. Ah. And yet another recycled interior location. These are really starting to get on my nerves. But hey, at least we found our guy.
You a local? Can I ask you about this shore?
Live here for 30 years. I'm gonna die here. So, what do you want?
I need to get to the base of that rock off the beach. Where's the best place to dive?
So you're going to hell like everyone else. Figures.
What do you mean?
The crew, the Archie. My family, all of them drowned. Something in the mare. It calls to them. It hypnotizes them. So you still want to go?
Look, I don't have the whole damn day. Tell me what I need to know.
Suit yourself, Dane. I was trying to save you. I'll show you where I used to dive. But only if you take these crosses down with you and place them on my family.
Won't it be difficult to identify your relatives?
It's only been 2 days. Their bodies will not have spoiled.
But there's the fish.
The fish avoid the rock, like anything alive.
You said something on the seabed caused your family to drown. How is that possible?
Archie was our chance to escape. We tried to get away, but the mare stopped us. Rocks appeared from nowhere. A deep fog fell. We spent a week roaming near the shore, unable to escape. Our supplies drained, our minds weakened. Whispers, shadows moving in the fog.
Madness.
I put on the diving suit, but the others just jumped overboard, one by one. I was the last. The suit's the only reason I got to shore.
Okay, so apparently the diving suit is not that bad of an idea after all.
I'll help you. Now, give me the crosses and show me where to dive.
Okay, bless you, mister. I have a dive spot on the first floor. Here's a key.
I didn't get your name. What do they call you?
Jimmy Price. Why do you ask?
It's been a while since I've met an ordinary person. I just wanted to talk. And the name's Charles Reed, by the way.
Well, nice to meet you, Charles.
So, Jimmy, what's next for you?
I don't know. I've lost it all. My wife, Rebecca, my daughter. The mayor took everyone I knew. Now I wonder if the mayor is making me repay for my greed. Taking that gold from its depths. Cursed the day I found that Drock ring.
Even if that were true, you couldn't have known. It's not your fault.
I guess. Thank you.
That's a weird question to be asking, but I'm curious now.
You ever think about what might be, Jimmy? Something you want more than anything.
What? That's an unexpected question.
Right?
Let me think. I guess it's obvious. I want to hug my Rebecca one more time. Want to see a smile on her face. And you?
I want none of this to be real. To wake up in my bed in Boston, eat real food, drink good coffee, and forget it all.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Well, you can't always get what you want.
Thanks, Jimmy. I guess it's back to it.
Take care, Charles.
Bye.
Right, so let's not suit up just yet. Fisherman's farewell note. Whether the gold I found was cursed or not, I have enough to start building a skip of my own. I'm calling her Archie. We're leaving this wretched city that even Kay has turned his back on. If anyone finds this, please pray for us. All evidence collected, and there's our knowledge point that I've been looking forward to. So before we can get to the reduced eel damage, we'll have to invest in reducing fall damage, which rarely happens anyway, or making the bear traps more efficient, which I've just foregone altogether. So let's go with the fall damage for now. See if there's maybe a little something we can borrow off of Jimmy, quote unquote. Hang on, what's that? Nothing of interest after all. You know what? With as much ammo as I have on hand already, let's maybe not make this guy's week even worse. Get down to brass tacks. And also, let's hope that this particular diving session goes a bit better than the one from yesterday. Wait. What did I just hurt myself on? Oh no, that's him just thumping down, I guess. Gnarly. So there's the Archie. No wonder I couldn't find her up above.
That is beyond awful.
How does that even happen? Right, so Jimmy gave us a set of wooden crosses. A man asked me to hang these 3 wooden crosses on the necks of his relatives. They drowned recently, somewhere near the monolith. And there's the diving key that we already made use of. So why 3 wooden crosses when he only... Oop! Mentioned his wife and daughter is what I want to know. I would also like to know just where the fuck you came from. And what it is you think you're doing. Because I can already tell you and I are not going to get along all that well. Damn, these things are tough. I'm starting to wonder if they can actually die from these harpoons, or if that's just meant to be more of a deterrent. Alright, maybe let's try the flare after all. Because this doesn't seem to be doing us a whole lot of good. Oh, come on, this is just bullshit. Fucking finally. How many rounds was that? Like 10-ish? Okay, so flares are the way to go, and it looks like I did actually place a wooden cross on this poor guy's remains. Yeah, Emma, again, thanks for joining, and hope you have a good one at work. Like I said, I won't be able to... Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna be finishing this game within the next hour. Case in point. So, hope to have you back for the actual final session. But hey, have a good one. Right, so let's try to flare this time around. Why don't you go and have a look over there? Maybe. Nope, nope. God damn it. So, I just want to go on the record, these underwater combat situations are truly the bullest of all shits. Right, so I've got my flary crit. Maybe try and take some cover behind here, I don't know. Just gonna keep firing these all over the place. Ugh. God damn, that's disheartening. So where are you at, you fucker? Let's maybe preemptively fire off one of these. See if that gets your attention. Piss poor range on these things too. Yeah, you. No, don't be looking at me. Go for the flare. Go for the flare, you absolute fucking... invertebrate piece of shit. And it just despawned, didn't it? Yeah, it totally disappeared on me. Fuck's sake. Now how am I gonna make any sense of this? There's another flare by ways of a Hail Mary. Nope, nope. Go look at the shiny thing. You unevolved piece of cephalopod shit. God damn, can we just get this over with already? It's kind of telling that these things are giving me more trouble than actual boss battles. Which is just a whole new order of bovine manure indeed. Oh, fuck, come on! Don't you fucking dare. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. Like, if maybe you could just fucking drop down and die somewhere in 2019, I appreciate that. Because I've got places to be. Right, so harpoons are not going to be the solution here. I think we've pretty much established that. Maybe try and fire off a few flares. Get this thing off my case. And then... yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna look for a searchlight, make a run for it. See what that gets me. And also, fuck everything about underwater encounters. God damn, now I don't know if that's the thing dying or respawning, but either way.
This is grotesque. Either alive or dead.
Mm-hmm. Except... now I'm really not holding up to my end of the bargain here. There's 3 bodies I'm supposed to identify. Which I totally will do right after this quick bio break. 2 minutes everyone, stand by, be right back. Okay, so... Did I just see that fucker respawn once again? I was afraid that would be the case. Like, how many harpoons can these things even take? Right, so that's the general direction of where we came from. I'm starting to think you can't actually kill these. The best you can hope for is to deter them, like so. And that would be our third body. No, hang on, that guy's already got across. What's going on here? Just fuck you, guy. Fuck this entire bit of the game. That makes no goddamn sense. Why would that guy have a cross already? Unless I've been going around in this circle. Really just a dig move on the game's part, all in all, if you ask me. Hang on, wasn't there something in the instructions about regaining health while underwater diving? If damaged, hold to slowly recover your diving suit's pressure. See, I knew there was a mechanic like that in place. Don't tell me that this is the second body, and that I somehow managed to miss the first one along the way. Because that would just piss me off even more. Which would be quite the feat, given how pissed off I am already. God damn, that is exactly what's going on here though, isn't it? Plain metal key. Right, okay. So that's all the bodies taken care of. But that still doesn't really tell me where to go. I mean, there's the searchlights. But then again, there's barriers all over the place. So what now? Ah, looks like I actually can climb these. There's another K finger. So is this... Yeah, we're back at Jimmy's place. Now I found 2 parts of the seal. I've added the second cave finger, but there's still 1 left to find before I can open the path to Cathigonar. Yeah, because there's the last monolith, delivered unto Ogmund with disciples, 3 each identical in the last. The first young citizens after the water rises. That's still pretty damn vague. So it's more of a matter of hunting down identities this time around. Which sounds a bit like City Hall. Wait, hang on, is this not where I came in? Oh, come on, game, really? You're pulling this shit now? Right, here we are. Really, that's the nearest fast travel point. Okay, then. Hey Joey, how's it going? That's what I thought. Okay, so let's try and find the appropriate clue. Second part of instructions. The second monolith shall be delivered unto Ogmund with disciples 3, each identical to the last. So disciples makes me think religion, maybe. An uncertain hour as the first young citizens of Ogmund after the waters rise. So that would be modern, as in after the flood. And local. God damn it! I'm in the library. That explains a thing or two. Because where I really want to be is City Hall. That's all on me though. My bad. I don't even want to talk to you anymore, lady. So, where were we? Subjects, Disciples 3. Enter this world in an uncertain hour. I'm thinking newcomers, maybe, after the flood. Citizen records. Citizens, then. Here we are. Record of triplets. Name Laura, Claire, and Allison Whiteley. Triplets. Date of birth. Record lost at the start of the flood. Place of birth, railway station on the intersection of Salvation Road and Moreland Road in Western Shells. Mother, Letitia Whiteley, deceased in childbirth. Father, unknown. Okay then. So with that out of the way, I do actually have somewhere to be, as I've said before. So I'm gonna have to cut things short for now. I'll try and do my best and make the next session the absolute last one to try and wrap this up. So for anyone who's been watching, thanks again for checking in. Have a good one. Hope to see you next time, and bye for now.